Yeah, so I wanna talk about devil fruit awakenings and how they don't make any sense at all. I already made a video about zone type devil fruits, how mythical and ancient zone types don't make any sense because they are no longer rare. They were supposed to be the rarest devil fruits in existence, but in Wano arc and post Wano they were handed out like candy to literally everyone. In one arc, there were more ancient and mythical zones than regular zone types. Wait a moment. There wasn't a single regular zone type in one arc. Remember how hyped everyone was when Marco first showed up and turned into a phoenix? Is everyone still hyped after one arc when literally ancient and mythical devil fruits were thrown at us? Left and right, ancients here, mythicals there. Everywhere you look, there are ancients and mythicals. One arc managed to turn some of the coolest, most unique abilities into meh. Oh, it's an ancient devil fruit. Oh, okay, whatever. Oh, it's a mythical devil fruit. Okay, who cares? Before Wano, when it was ancient or mythical, everyone was like, holy shit! And now it's like, meh. Yeah, who cares? Who cares? But now let's talk about Devil Fruit Awakenings, the most rarest ability in existence. Except for the fact that literally everyone and their mother has an awakening at this point. And before I start talking about the bullshit awakening abilities, I'm gonna mention that the awakened zone type devil fruits in Impel Town, I don't even call those awakenings, okay? I have no idea why those were called awakenings because they were very weak. We saw what a real zone type awakening looks like with Roblutzi. So it doesn't make any sense that the Impel Down jailers are awakened Devil Fruit users. That's complete nonsense. The first real awakened Devil Fruit user came at Dressrosa with Doflamingo. Doflamingo is the first real awakened Devil Fruit user. And at the time when we saw the awakened Devil Fruit ability, he was able to turn everything into strings around him. Entire buildings were turned into string, okay? And then everyone was like, oh, when Luffy has an awakening, he has the ability to turn everything into rubber around him. Except that's not what happened, okay? So before Doflamingo, there wasn't a single real awakening in all of One Piece. We didn't even know the extent of awakenings until Doflamingo explained it to us. How does this make any sense? That there were no awakenings for like 700 chapters, and then when we get our first real awakening, then every other arc has an awakening after that. We go to Whole Cake Island soon after Dressrosa, okay? And then, oh, Katakuri, Yonko Commander has an awakening. And then we go to Wano and a bunch of characters that never had awakening abilities all of a sudden get awakenings. So the two most powerful villains, the most powerful characters in Wano, Big Mom and Kaido, they had no awakening abilities at all. And everyone they fight against all of a sudden unlocks an awakening ability. They never hinted that they have an awakening. They never showed us that they had an awakening. These awakening abilities were literally pulled out of thin air. Oda pulled them out of his ass. I talked about Luffy's Nika bullshit code abilities so many times. But I want to talk about Lao. Okay, so how does this make any sense? Flamingo killed Love's brother, someone who was like a brother, a mentor to Love. And Love was absolutely humiliated and destroyed by Flamingo. If he had an awakening, why didn't he use it against Flamingo? Well, it's because he didn't have an awakening at the time. The only explanation is that he got the ability from Zou. While he was literally doing nothing, only healing the injured Mink tribe characters. I didn't know you can get an awakening from literally doing nothing, but these awakening abilities are not explained at all. It's not even explained how you get these abilities because Luffy got it from dying, Love got it from I don't know. The One Piece story is such a mess that the only explanation we got was, oh, Love didn't use the awakening because it made him tired. I mean, that's a ridiculous explanation. Oda and the One Piece fanboys are trying to tell me that Law had the awakening the entire time. He just didn't want to get tired. He was completely fine by being humiliated, Doflamingo cutting off his arm. He didn't want revenge at Doflamingo. I guess he has a fetish that he likes being humiliated because if he had an awakening the entire time and he didn't use it against Doflamingo, then he liked being humiliated. He was like, yeah, Doflamingo, I want to lose, beat me up, cut off my arm, yeah, I like blood. That's the only way it makes sense. So yeah, Love pulls out an awakening while fighting Big Mom. It's never explained how he got the awakening. And then Kid pulls off an awakening while fighting Big Mom. And it's never explained how he got the awakening. Nothing is explained in the entire story. The most powerful, rarest ability you can have is literally handed out to random characters with no explanation at all. And then people tell me that One Piece hasn't turned into a complete garbage pile, a complete trash, nonsensical, plot hole filled trash. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous what's happening in One Piece. Then we have Luffy fighting against Kaido. Kaido literally kills Luffy, and Luffy wakes up from being dead, wakes up from dying 100 times stronger. And all of a sudden, he's able to fight with Kaido one on one with no problems at all. And he even gets an upper hand on Kaido. And he defeats Kaido from dying. He got 100 times stronger from dying, like that's complete bullshit. He got an awakening from dying. How does that make any sense? And it's never even explained how he got the awakening. So, right now, it's canon that Luffy got an awakening just by dying. What happens if he dies again? Does he get a super awakening? Does he get even more powerful after he dies a second time? These are questions that I ask, but I will never get an answer to because the person writing this manga doesn't give a shit. There is one more thing that doesn't make any sense to me. Luffy literally turned into a god, an ancient god. That's his true power, his true ability. So can anyone tell me what's the point of becoming a pirate king at this point when you're a god? I would think that the god is a higher position than pirate king. Don't you agree? At this point, just end the story. Like, he wants to be a pirate king. Okay, so what? He's already a god. He's already a Yonko. He's the most powerful Yonko. What else do you need? He's the most powerful character. He doesn't need the pirate king's secret treasure at this point. The story is over. The story is done. If the story keeps continuing, then it's going to be filled with more bullshit. Like old villains coming back and having an awakening and being able to fight with Gold Luffy, the same Luffy that defeated the strongest villain in One Piece. But that's not going to happen. Oh wait, it did. Rob Lutzi comes back to the story with an awakening. Of course, everyone has a awakening at this point. And he fights Luffy one on one and he survives. All he has is a little band-aid on his cheek after fighting God Luffy, after fighting someone who absolutely destroyed Kaido, who created a nuclear explosion after his punch. And now we are at the point where Zoro is fighting Kaku, and it's anyone's guess, is Kaku going to get an awakening or not? Because remember, Zoro fought against a Yonko commander, the strongest Yonko commander, and he defeated him. There is no way he should be able to struggle against Kaku. The only way Kaku can fight against Zoro is if he has an awakening. So literally everyone is going to have an awakening in the story. Oh, the rarest ability in existence. Like literally everyone will have that ability. Everyone will have an awakening. The Yonko system, the warlord system doesn't mean anything because the power levels are a complete joke. You can bring back a character like Wapol, give him an awakening, and he's on the same level as Kaido, the strongest creature alive. And if One Piece is going to continue for another decade, if it's going to continue for many, many years, then there are going to be so many awakenings. You can't even believe it. Because that's the only way a villain can fight against Luffy or Zoro, if they have an awakening. That's it. Yeah, so I'm hyped, okay? I'm hyped for the new One Piece chapter because I really want to see, is Kaku going to have an awakening? Are all the CP0 agents going to have an awakening? I guess time will show us soon.